I'm with Tim after 1-0 defeat. Firstly, just give me your instant reaction to what you saw out there.
Gutted. I thought they were the better team in the first half. I thought we were camped in, but defending manfully, broke out sporadically, but with no real quality in the final third. Didn't really, had a couple of 3 shots, but high, wide and handsome. They had a lot of territory, got into a lot of really good positions, but there's nothing really at the end of it in terms of Ronnie having to throw himself around. There's a few blocks, etc, etc. I was pleased to go in at half time at 0-0, if I'm honest. Second half, we just changed shape a little bit and matched them up. And it wasn't like anything mysterious that they were doing in the first half. They were just pushing one central pivot man further forward, and we failed to sort of read it and pick up. Anyway, we matched them up second half, and it was a lot more midfield congestion. I don't think they've had a shot on target, if I can remember, second half. We've huffed and puffed and not really had we got into some better positions ourselves, and again, similar to them in the first half, nothing really at the end of it. And then we make all our changes. I think Stretz is running on empty out there. It's his first full game back on a real pudding of a pitch. And obviously the change didn't work because it's a horrendous error on the far side there. Just kick the ball out of play, cross it, and Cebulski scores. And to be honest, he hadn't really had a sniff all game, but he slides in, and obviously Ronnie's got no chance. So ultimately we've snatched a defeat out of the jaws of a point, which is disappointing because we've got a bit of momentum in the league. We'd come off the back of a good performance really down at Boston, where we acquitted ourselves well, and really we should be seeing that game out for a really harder 0-0 and a point, and make no mistake, Spalding, if I had a few quid, you'd say they'll get in the playoffs, 100%. Their personnel and their squad's really outstanding, and they've got loads of money and they're spending it wisely. We've got some really good players and they'll do really well this year, but it doesn't make me feel any better because for the last. But I did say to him, this is the second time now at Boston I didn't think we deserved to get beat. I've said it to him again, so don't make me keep saying it because otherwise I'm going to smell a weakness. But in the end, they gave it everything they got and worked hard. We're probably lacking a goal scorer, if the truth be told, and that's not saying anything untoward. I think everybody knows that. Our injuries have hurt us, and that is it. But I can't say that the boys that are running around out there ain't giving it everything for the badge, because they are. So what bugs me is that we should be seeing a game out and just do the basics of football right at the end. At 90th, I don't think in 90th minute, something like that. We shit ourselves in the foot.
In those tight games, it's just all about that one moment, is it? And again, as you touched on it, just shot yourself just in the foot, just at the very end.
Yeah.
And again, now you just got to try and go again, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, football in this country is relentless, and we're coming into a really big period now, and Christmas, bank holiday fixtures, the New Year fixtures. Added to that, we have to have a Worcester Cup in it, or a Birmingham Cup just after. It's like madness. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, we are now going to get stretched. Obviously, Amar came off. Have to wait and see. Obviously, it was a hamstring, but whether it's a pull or whether it was just really tightened up and it'll release. Obviously, we're hoping for the latter because the kid's a good player. He's a good player and he was playing well. It was a big miss when he came off. Sully's game is a pebble, but he's not a right back, and really we hadn't got a lot of options. So, but I thought the lads fought manfully, and as you say, you got to go again. We've got a game on Tuesday in the Worcester Cup, and then we go to Harborough, which is a 4G. So we'll see. We'll come in and train on Monday and have a little bit of a head count, have a little think, and see where we go. But the truth is, since I walked in the door a couple of weeks ago, I've been really impressed with the work ethic and the commitment and the way the boys conduct themselves. But I said on the very first time we spoke, it's about you've got to score a goal to win a game, and that's the issue. Obviously we scored against Bedford here, we scored a couple of Bromsgrove, scored a few in the Birmingham Cup, but it is an Achilles heel. There's no doubt about that. It's something that we've got to look at.
And you've mentioned we've got Stourbridge on Tuesday, then it's Harborough, then it's Stratford. So the games are going to come really thick and fast.
Absolutely.
Now, how do you sort of keep that momentum going. And
Well,
get going again.
Yeah, I mean everybody's in the same boat. You know what I mean. So it's maybe they haven't got county cups thrown into the middle of a festive fixture list, which is, I just think is madness. But anyway, it is what it is. So yeah, I mean, I'll certainly keep them going. Listen, we've got aims and targets that we think we should be aspiring to, you know. And I've come in obviously mid-season, if you like, and I need to quickly assess it, which I'm, you know, very much down the road of doing now. But you know, if you want to bring lads in, it's who's available, who can commit to morning training, you know, and we have to look at that. But certainly one or two bodies coming in would be handy. But it's not just like, oh well, we'll take him. It has to be selective, and we have to get the right people in, and they have to be in the right positions. Obviously, we've got quite a few lads in certain positions, and the squad's not really that balanced. But so we'll listen. It's an ongoing thing, and there's a long way to go till the end of the season. But you know, you could do without throwing points that you've got in your hand. You've got a point in your hand, and you throw it away easily right at the end when you put all that work in. It's a real gutter for me, but for the lads, you know, and I'm sure it hurts them. But yeah, we'll regroup on Monday, have a little head count, have a chat, you know, and see what the weather's like for this pitch on Tuesday, and go again. Yeah.